Hey folks, thank you for stopping by. I've got my Skyreach suitcase for my Mini 3 Pro along with this awesome hat, just killing the fashion again as always. Got my daughter to thank for this. She insisted I was going to get cold or something out here. But we're going to be taking the Mini 3 Pro back up into the sky because DJI have just released another firmware update. And this is the firmware update that finishes in 0300. And along with the alleged stability improvements that this firmware update brings with it, there is also changes to Panorama taking. Okay, Panoramas now adjust the angle of the camera more appropriately according to DJI. And also hyperlapses have been improved, offering more stability as well, I believe. So I do love the hyperlapse feature. We'll see how that comes into play, and we're going to take a hyperlapse as well. So as I fly into position here in order to prepare a hyperlapse video, I do just want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, along with this firmware update, there has been a new update now pushed out to Android and to iPhone, which is 1.6.12. Now, what was interesting about this update is that 1.6.12 was released temporarily on Android as a beta release a few days ago, and then it was quickly pulled and replaced with 1.6.10. So it does seem to me that that was put out by mistake and that 1.6.10 was the correct version for that time. And now that we have a stable release of 1.6.12, it has been made available. And what's new in 1.6.12 for the Fly app is that, and this is quite a big thing, I haven't tested it in this video, but if you guys want me to, then I will. It's the fact that the album that's part of the app, the photo album, has been removed, and that files that you now transfer from your aircraft to your device will be put in the camera roll or the photos album of your device. This is how it used to be. And it worked well, but for whatever reason, DJI changed it so that the photos or videos would be stored in the Fly app instead. And what actually happened then was that you would end up duplicating those files and using a lot of additional storage space on your phone, which nobody was really a big fan of. So that has been reverted, which I'm sure will make a lot of people happy. Oh, and the app update also claims to fix certain issues and optimize overall app quality. Right, so the shots are now being taken for my hyperlapse video. And I really wanted to test this out today, even though it's fairly drab, there's grey clouds out and all of that stuff. But I wanted to test this because it's also a little bit windy. Don't get me wrong, it's not absolutely manic out here. The drone's not going to fly off on its own or anything like that. But obviously one of the main features that have been mentioned in the update notes for this firmware are the fact that hyperlapses should now be more stable. Now, I'm not sure if there was a bug present before that were causing a lot of jitteriness with the hyperlapse shots, or whether perhaps there have now been some software stabilization fixes put into place. But I really just want to see how this is going to work out, because hyperlapses are just one of those features that I really love about the DJI Mini 3 Pro. It's one of those things that the DJI Mini 2 can't do. And so, you know, it's just something I do try and use a lot when I'm using the Mini 3 Pro in its place. Now, the thing with hyperlapses is you do need the right conditions, which I just don't have right now. If you can have a blue sky with clouds that are moving quite quickly, then you are going to create some stunning hyperlapse results. Having just a clear, well, not a clear, but just a grey sky, as I've got right now, is not going to be all that useful, but it should serve for our purposes just as we conduct our stability test here today. And folks, if you are enjoying my video, please do remember to just drop a like button and maybe subscribe as well to be notified of future Mini 3 Pro content. We're so close now to 3,000 subscribers, and reaching that would be amazing. So that was the hyperlapse that I was able to get today. And what I'm going to do now is show you the finished result, and just want you to bear in mind, folks, that this is without any kind of post-editing. This is directly out of the memory card from the drone itself, just so you can see the stability of this hyperlapse. And again, just remember that it was a little bit windy, but here are the results for that. I'm actually honestly very impressed with that result. Yes, there was a little bit of jitter that you could see, but compared to how it's been in the past, where I've tried to take hyperlapses in less than perfect conditions, this was a 500% improvement. It really, really was. And I did not expect results that good. I really didn't. I don't know how DJI have done that, but I don't think I saw that there's any cropping involved there on DJI's part, so they must have just improved how the hardware itself functions, which is, as I say, pretty impressive. But let's move on now to the panoramas. Now, I'm not exactly sure how the panoramas have been fixed. It's something to do with the sky being more appropriately included, but I don't think I had any issues with panoramas, but I didn't really take a whole lot before this update. So yeah, I'll grab a couple here and you folks let me know if you think there are any improvements in play. But let's start with the 360, shall we? This is the one where you get the little planet, but I'm just going to take this and then we'll zoom in on the image. And just a tip for you folks, if you want to zoom in on these 360 images on your Windows PC, then just use this free software, FSP Viewer. I think it does a great job. And then you can sort of scroll all over the image as well, however you see fit. And yeah, I mean, it looks fine to me. There's no twisty stuff in the sky, which sometimes you see on these 360 images once you've zoomed in. So maybe that's what DJI themselves have fixed. I don't know, what do you guys think? It's hard to see because the clouds are so grey and drab, but I'm not seeing any issues. But were there issues before? Yeah, let me know in the comments if you think this has been an improvement. But honestly, I'm fine with this image. I think it looks pretty neat. Yeah, what do you guys think? And now just switching over to the wide angle pano. This is the one that takes 9 images. And once more, you know, I don't remember having issues with this previously. But we'll take one here. Maybe you folks can detect a difference. I don't know. Let me know if you can. And there is that pano shot taken with the latest firmware. And I'm just focusing on the sky since DJI claim that that's what's been fixed. But again, you know, I don't really remember there being any issues from before. But there it is anyway. So we've tested that feature out as well. And I was actually just starting to get wind warnings at this point, so I did decide to bring the drone back home safely. But I hope that we've, you know, been able to test some of the features and the updated features, I should say, out with this latest firmware. And please, as always, share your own experiences down below. Are you going to be updating to 0.300 with the Mini 3 Pro's firmware and also 1.6.12 with the app? I'm still a little bit confused with how DJI released this update over the last few days and then took it back and then put it back out again. But hey, I think, you know, it's all stable now, so hopefully you guys should be good to go. So the Mini 3 Pro is just on its way home. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, folks.